must really like you guys. I mean, the sacrifices that I make for this channel. The vast majority of the topics that we cover, I really enjoy putting them together, but there are certain topics where the preparation can be absolutely miserable. Today, this is one of those topics. It has nothing to do with the boycott of Target. I enjoy seeing that, but I had to spend 20 minutes this morning dissecting an 8-minute clip from the worst talk show on television. It's not even up for debate at this point. This show is complete garbage. It is a cancer to society. To make matters worse, when my girlfriend was cleaning the studio the other day, she accidentally threw away my Fauci mask. So, not only was I subjected to 20 minutes of listening to these cackling yentas on The View, but while I was watching, I did not have the benefit of the Fauci mask to protect me from the toxic mouth farts. And believe me when I tell you, the fragrance was record-breaking. If you think the WNBA dump smells bad when it gets late in the week and the porta potties haven't been cleansed, this was far, far worse. Yesterday morning, the yentas on The View, they were in their typical mood of fake outrage. The panel featured the regular trio of the Whoopi Cushion, Son Hostin, and Al Griffin. This broad Al Griffin, she supposedly identifies as a normal person, but do not be fooled. I know she doesn't look like your typical woke woman. 99% of the time, it's easy to identify a woke woman. You just look for the beard. Al Griffin, though, Al Griffin appears to be your typical beautiful woman. That is just a disguise. She is definitely a worshiper of the oak tree. We were also treated yesterday with an appearance from Big Red, Joy Behar. She never ceases to amaze me. Every time I see Big Red, her head gets bigger while her brain gets smaller. There was also some blonde on the set yesterday. Her identity remains unknown. I could have spent the time to properly identify her, but since her only purpose was fanning the flames of the toxic ass fire, I didn't think her identity was all that important. Yesterday morning, the yentas, they were mad. Real mad. They were expressing their fake outrage. They were upset with what they called the snowflakes. Well, KC, I thought snowflake was slang for parishioners of Woke United Methodist. Yes, it is. That's true. But these people, they have never formulated an original thought of their own, so they stole the term snowflake and used it against you. Remember yesterday how I told you the deacons were using the same tactics they used with mythical racism and utilizing those tactics with the alphabet community? They hired Yenta LLC to convince women that normal people are afraid of the G's. Well, KC, women should be afraid of gangsters. I'm talking about the G's and LGBT. They can't have women boycott Target. Cannot have it. If women boycott Target, the woke movement is in trouble. So they are framing this narrative that fear of the G's is driving this boycott. Watch for yourself.
What is the fear? Why are people afraid of a shirt
of a rainbow flag?
So there's another element to this story, and I just hate that this is going on. I want to start by saying I always stand with the LGBTQ plus community. Next month is Pride. Love you guys. You're my family. You're my friends. This designer that they chose, apparently in his own imagery and things he sells on his website, not in Target, had some Satanist imagery and some words that alluded to Satan. So what that then allows is for people to be like, oh, you're highlighting a, LGBTQ plus designer who's also a Satanist. And it plays into this fear that is taking hold of our society.
And what is that fear?
Is he a Satanist, or was there some imagery on his website? He's denied that he believes in Satan.
Because
it's manufactured.
I think that there is this wrong view by some that the LGBTQ plus community is a hedonistic, amoral community. That's not. You guys are members of my church. You're my friends. You are a church.
What the hell's the Whoopi Cushion laughing at? I didn't know the cushion had the ability to laugh. Every time I see her, she has a nauseous look on her face right before she releases her toxic flatulence. The fake ignorance absolutely amazes me. I don't think these women buy into their own bullshit. This man is not a Satanist. Just because he worships Joy Reid doesn't mean he's a Satanist. Last I checked, One of the primary requirements of Satanism was worshiping Satan. The designer they're talking about is a transgender designer named Eric Carnell. I'm assuming their name was Erica in their pre-transition life. But according to his own Instagram post, Satan loves proper pronouns. Satanists don't actually believe in Satan. We simply use him as a metaphor. I'm pretty sure most parents don't want their kids exposed to satanic designs, which is why parents were outraged when these designs were front and center at Target. But let me ask you something. If Satanists aren't designing satanic clothing, who is? Do you think Chris Christian is designing it? Do you think Mahmoud, who worships Allah, is designing it? No, of course not. I don't care who Eric Carnell worships. I really don't. But if he doesn't have an affinity for Lucifer, why would he design satanic clothing? If I'm a member of the LGBT community, I would be offended by this. Al Griffin said it herself in that clip. Gay people are my friends. We sit together in church and worship. Okay, well, assuming they are not sitting together in the church of Satan, shouldn't they be offended by a designer that is trying to lure them into Satanism? The devil respects your pronouns. The devil loves all of the LGBT. Moving on, because the flatulence gets even stronger. For the first couple of minutes of that segment, Big Red was sitting in the on-deck circle. Joy Behar, she does not have the ability to stand anymore. Those 80-year-old ankles are shot from carrying that head for decades. She sat there for 2 minutes, utilizing the last remaining brain cell. She was trying to think of something original, a new form of propaganda that would convince women not to boycott Target. What did she come up with? Remember the war on systemic racism, better known here on the channel as mythical racism? You guys remember that? Well, that war is over. The Deacons lost. They fired Brigadier General Shay Shay Sharp from the woke army and promoted Joy Behar. New face, same propaganda. Watch for yourself.
There's this thing going on in the country. This is just part of this war against gays right now that's going on. And this is just one little place. And Target did not stand their ground on this.
And it's a made-up controversy.
Only in the South.
For now. And maybe they'll
right now, that's
taking,
what we're talking
yeah, but they're
about.
already taking books off shelves, librarians.
Right, but right now
and
we're
teachers.
talking about what Target is doing in the South. I don't want people to think that it's happening in every store. It's not.
But the thing is,
Not
it's
yet.
such a manufactured controversy, just like a lot of these manufactured culture wars.
How does anyone watch this show and enjoy it? All these women do is talk over each other, making the same point, pushing the same false narrative. First of all, this is not a manufactured controversy. That's what they want you to believe, but that's not true. If son Hostin wants an example of a manufactured controversy, Big Red just gave her one. There is a war on gay people in America. Oh, it's so sad. My maid, Larry Lesbian, is afraid to pick up my groceries. She is afraid heterosexual Harold will have convulsions of toxic masculinity and help her load the groceries in the car. Normal people do not think the LGBT community is hedonistic. Matter of fact, most normal people could not give a fuck less about your sexual orientation. If Bob wants to hold hands with Rob, no one cares. If Linda wants to share thongs with Glenda, no one cares. They are trying to create this narrative that straight people are afraid of the G's and they are organizing a war against them. This could not be further from the truth. There is a war going on, but it has nothing to do with the G's. The war is between normal people and corporate America. People have had enough. Our tolerance is gone. Our patience has run out. People are tired of these major corporations trying to indoctrinate their children. Let me ask you something else. If Target designed a display of 3 crosses with Jesus hanging over them, 12 disciples worshiping him, the little lamb or whatever sitting underneath the cross. If Target put that display in the front of the store, it's the first thing you see when you walk in. What would the reaction be? What would the yentas on The View say about it? This is outrageous! I cannot believe they would shove their religion in my face! Yeah, son Hostin, we feel the same way. Now, I use that analogy because it ties directly into what the Whoopi cushion said about Target promoting the LGBT lifestyle. Watch for yourself.
I am sick of people
moving my desires because their desires are not being met in some way. I am sick of people telling me I can't go to a drag show. I'm sick of people telling me that my friends are different because you don't understand them. I'm sick of it. This is America. You're supposed to be able to be whoever you are.
First of all, no one said the whoopee cushion couldn't go watch her non-binary lover perform at the drag show. No one said that. I am sick of my desires being oppressed. What about me? I'm Whoopi. I have desires too. Right now, I desire for fresh air to be processed into the fragrance of flatulence. It would be one thing if there was some equality to all this. Isn't that one of the woke boner words, equality? When I'm undercover and I'm attending services at Woke United Methodist on Sunday morning, I am constantly hearing Father Jalen Rose preach on the importance of equality. Target has been participating in Pride Month for over 10 years now. For 10 years, they have been designing displays. For 10 years, they have been promoting the LGBT lifestyle, the community. In the past 10 years, how many times has Target designed a display for Christmas? I'm not talking about Christmas lights. I'm talking about a display that you would see in front of a church. How many times has Target designed a display for Hanukkah? What about Ramadan? What about a Muslim holiday? In 10 years, how many times have they set up displays for military veterans on Veterans Day? I don't know the answer. I don't shop at Target, but if I had to guess, it would be 0. The only reason Target promotes the LGBT community is because it fits their agenda. We heard their CEO say it the other day, Pride Month is good for business. Perhaps that used to be the case, but those days are long gone. Like I said, normal people are tired of it. Normal people are tired of having a lifestyle shoved in their face and shoved in the face of their children. We get it. We understand. You identify as LGBT. Fine, but I don't want to be walking through the store with my nephew. And as soon as we walk in, he asked me, KK, why are those two boys holding hands? Can I hold your hand too? I don't think this outrage is going away. I saw something yesterday about Bud Light. If I remember correctly, they were talking about their most recent sales numbers from last week. Sales of Bud Light were down over 30%. That is a 10% increase from the week before. The largest drop we had seen until this point was around 25%. Sales have dropped 20 to 25% each week. Now, they are declining by over 30%. The boycott of Bud Light, it's getting stronger, not weaker. This is not going away. Over the last couple of years, normal people, they have tried to use their voice. They have expressed their displeasure on social media. They've expressed themselves in comment sections like here on YouTube. They've left reviews on Google. But the voices of normal people, they were falling on deaf ears. Corporate America wasn't listening. Well, they're listening now because you're hitting them in the one place where it hurts the most. Their bank account, their PR. All of a sudden, you've got their attention. They expected you to give up. I promise you, Bud Light did not anticipate this boycott lasting this long. That's why they were so defiant in the beginning. Now, they're on their knees begging for you to come back. Men cannot do this alone. We have got to have the support of women. The boycott of Target, that's on the ladies. I hope they come through. I hope it lasts. But give me your thoughts. The Yentas on The View are outraged over this fake war on the LGBT community and this potential boycott of Target. Give me your thoughts. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.